Do you really think that at the stroke of midnight on the best buy date, bacteria gather in the main square of your bread, armed with banners and chanting slogans ready to start a revolution to spoil the food? It's as if they've been waiting for this very moment, like some sort of microscopic New Year's Eve celebration. Well, it's a lot more complex and gradual than that. Food doesn't magically turn bad the second the clock hits midnight on the best buy date. In fact, this date is more about peak quality than safety. Before we delve deeper, let's debunk this common myth. Bacteria don't throw a microscopic New Year's Eve bash in your food. They're not waiting for the stroke of midnight to break into a spoilage dance. Welcome to our channel, Mind Mingle. Sit down and enjoy. Rewind to before the 20th century when the farm-to-table journey was brief and people relied on their senses to judge food quality. Then the winds of change blew in, bringing with them processed foods and supermarkets. Suddenly, the concept of freshness was no longer a simple sniffer taste test, but a cryptic code to crack. Let's take a moment to digest the global issue of food waste. Visualize about 1.3 billion tons of food being wasted each year. That's more than 20,000 Boeing 747 airplanes being tossed out annually. Now let's navigate the labyrinth of expiration dates. Picture this. Approximately 20% of food items are discarded due to misinterpreted best buy dates, despite still being perfectly safe to consume. Here's the twist. These dates often aren't based on strict science. You might be surprised to learn that terms like best if used by and use by are not as black and white as they appear. Best if used by is more of a suggestion, a time frame during which the product is at its peak quality. However, the clock striking midnight on that date doesn't transform your food into a pumpkin. It simply means that the food might not taste as fresh, but it's still safe to eat. On the other hand, use by is more about safety, especially for perishable items like meat and dairy. It's the food industry's way of saying, we'd really prefer if you ate this by this date, for your own good. These dates are set by manufacturers and retailers who aim to ensure customers taste their food at its best. They often set these dates conservatively, resulting in perfectly edible food being thrown away. This leads to a paradox where many foods are still safe and edible well beyond their labeled dates. Now let's decode this further. Sell-by dates help stores manage stock, and are not directly aimed at consumers. What about our pantry staples? Old cookies might turn into grumpy, stale elders, but they won't harm you. Canned foods are the superheroes of shelf life, outlasting years without a blemish. And your eggs? They'll let you know they're past their prime. Just give them a sniff test. While governments and stores navigate these labeling waves, become a food waste warrior in your own kitchen. Your senses are your superpowers in this battle against waste. Don't let misleading dates trick you into discarding perfectly good food. Trust your nose, your eyes, and your taste buds. For instance, if the milk smells fine, it probably is, regardless of the date printed on the carton. Creativity is another weapon in your arsenal. Overripe bananas? They're perfect for a delicious banana bread. Wilted vegetables can find new life in a nourishing soup. And stale bread? It's just begging to be turned into croutons or a classic bread pudding. Let's remember that while food waste decomposes, it's not a quick process. A banana peel can take up to 2 years. A glass bottle can last infinitely. Cardboard boxes, commonly used for packaging food and beverages, have a relatively short decomposition timeline. However, this process can be significantly slower if the cardboard is coated with plastic or wax. Be mindful and don't waste food. Recycle and help our planet. Thanks for watching. Join us on this journey for knowledge and become part of a community that values intelligence and discovery. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.